Hello everyone! Today's video is going to be a follow-up. A few weeks ago I reviewed the 1965 Japanese James Bond spoof Ironfinger. What was it called again? And today we're going to take a look at its sequel, 1968's Golden Eyes. Both films were directed by Jun Fukuda and star Akira Takarada as an easygoing traveler who has assumed the identity of an Interpol agent and tracks bad guys across the globe. Golden Eyes, or Golden Eye as the English subtitles read, not to be confused with the 1995 Pierce Brosnan Bond film Golden Eye, is also known as Booted Babe Busted Boss, which is a fun title, fun to say, kind of sounds like it was put through a random title generator. In Japan, its title is Hyapatsu Hyakuchu Ogo no Me, which links it to its predecessor, which was titled Hyapatsu Hyakuchu. According to IMDb, so take this with a grain of salt, Hyapatsu Hyakuchu Ogo no Me can be translated always hits the bullseye, 100 kisses, golden eye. Whatever that means! When I reviewed Ironfinger, I told you that, as far as I knew, the Criterion Channel was the only streaming service offering these two movies, and I was eager to watch them while I had access. I also told you that it had been my intention to cover both films at once, but when I went to watch Golden Eyes, it wouldn't play. I have tried multiple times now, and all I ever get is this error message, so I was like, so much for that. However, a couple of you told me that you found it on the Internet Archive, so I headed over there. I don't know why I didn't try that before. It did take me a stupid long time to find it. You actually have to search for Ironfinger, and then the two movies come up together as one listing. For some reason, Golden Eyes plays first, even though it's the second movie. So, to those of you who wanted to see these movies, but you don't have a Criterion account, and I dare say that's the majority of you, there you go. Try the Internet Archive, archive.org. I think it's archive.org and not archive.com. Hopefully you don't have buffering issues like I do. Every time I've watched a movie on the Internet Archive, that has been a problem. It was fine for the first hour, and then the last 20 minutes were start and stop, start and stop. It was very annoying, but I did make it through. Golden Eyes is concerned with a group of gold smugglers who are trying to get their hands on one extremely valuable gold coin. Akira Takarada's character, Andy Hoshino, is drawn into the plot by a girl looking for an assassin to avenge the death of her father, who had taken the coin. There are a lot of similarities between this one and the first one, in both style and substance. Hoshino continues to deny that he's an agent on a job. There's a suspicious policeman following him around. There's a lady assassin and a lady who performs in nightclubs. There are lower-level crooks who serve one powerful guy at the top. It did seem to me, though, that there weren't as many characters to keep track of in this one, and that helps the narrative feel a little tighter. Takarada is great as usual. He really shines in this role. The character is inexplicably good at all these different things, but he never takes himself too seriously, and I find his playful approach endearing. I knew going into it that the supporting cast includes Yoshio Tsuchiya. He plays a disgraced henchman trying to regain favor. He did not have as much of a role as I expected. Like in Ironfinger, there are just two ladies in the film, but this time the amount they're featured feels much more balanced, and they're both stylishly dressed, very 60s. Maeda, or Beverly Maeda, plays Ruby, a cool customer who's quick with a knife, who is trying to kill Hoshino until suddenly she's proposing they team up, just like in the first movie. And Tomomi Sawa plays a nightclub singer whose search for a sponsor lands her in hot water. Meanwhile, the head honcho, a Mr. Stonefeller, which I guess is a play on Rockefeller, is performed by Andrew Hughes, a Western businessman turned actor who made appearances in numerous Japanese movies. Just like in the previous movie, there's cool, surprising, and/or wacky stuff. The opening scene has a man getting skewered on a giant grappling hook and carried off by a helicopter. Takarada and company get shot at by baby buggies outfitted with machine guns, which is fun and creative and weird. He doesn't get captured nearly as many times in this movie, but he does get tied up once and bound in plaster, which seems seems like an awfully tedious way to kidnap and torture someone. Once again, the music is composed by Masaru Sato, another jaunty, jazzy score. The title song definitely copies the James Bond tradition, although the lyrics are a tough sell. And speaking of lyrics, the nightclub number was a doozy. The whole scene has kooky editing like a music video, and the singer changes outfits multiple times. But what I want to know is if the words are half as nonsensical in Japanese as they are in the English translation. And as far as the plot goes, in a way, it is more straightforward than Ironfinger, but halfway through, I was feeling a bit confused. I just chose not to stress about it, and it turns out that once all the cards are on the table, the story isn't actually that complicated. Which movie did I like better? This one's more focused, and I think it has better acting from some of the supporting cast. But the characters aren't as wacky, and I miss that. Its quirkiness helped Ironfinger feel a little more distinguished. Golden Eyes, while it's still 100% a comedy, does have some more serious moments. There are 2 instances where Hoshino more or less executes his target. Hoshino typically wears light-colored clothing, but in the scene where justice is served, he's dressed in sober black, which gave the scene a darker, heavier feel. Though it had a couple surprisingly dark moments thrown in there, Ironfinger felt more frivolous and over the top, which on the one hand makes it more absurd, but I think I had a little more fun with it, even though there were parts of the movie, at least the first time I watched it, where I was kind of lost. They're both entertaining movies though, and Takarada is consistently likable across the board. I think they're worth it just for his charming, suave, and effervescent performance. And now I can officially close the book on this duo. It would have driven me crazy if I only talked about the first movie without getting to cover the second. I hope you enjoyed this review. Go ahead and share your thoughts on this movie or both movies in the comments below if you've seen them. Hopefully more of you are familiar with them now than when I reviewed Ironfinger. And stay tuned for another video next week. Thanks for watching.